Yeah, it's been certainly the wins we've had, and obviously the draw have been. They've been all tight to the last minute of the game. So it's been a bit tense at times, but I think the good thing about it is that in those particular games we've played out to the final siren, which is really pleasing. Yeah, there was. There's no doubt. I thought we played some pretty good footy during that patch of the game, and just didn't hit the scoreboard. And against a quality team, you push in a bit of trouble at times because you know they're going to get their run at some point as well. But when we had our run in that second and third quarter, we just didn't put the score on the board. And it is very much a momentum game now, AFL footy, and you need to make sure when they've got the momentum that they don't hurt you too much. And obviously when we get the momentum, you need to put some scoreboard pressure on it. It makes it a lot easier, and obviously in the last quarter if you do.
That obviously hurts last week against Carlton.
Yeah.
The chances that it could have easily done the same thing again this week.
Yeah, it could have, and fortunately it didn't. But I think that we'll continue to work on it and try and get our personnel up there. I think we've got a couple of young forwards. Sam Reed's just a really starting out in his AFL career, and Andreas Everett, we tried forward, kicked a couple of goals. So we're still just making sure we get that forward mix right. But I thought that at times we did it okay, but it'd just be nice to get a couple of easier goals.
What did you make Andreas playing for?
Okay, I thought he did a couple of good things. He's a beautiful kick when he gets the opportunity. So I think he just needs the opportunity, and he's very quick. And if he's able to lead up on most defenders, I think he'll get a break on them. But we probably didn't use the ball well enough today to really give him a chance as much as what we could have.
Is it something you might stick with? Because we obviously played out there a couple of times against West Coast and today.
Yeah, I think it'll very much depend upon week to week and who we're playing and what we need. We knew coming down to Marnica was going to be a dry deck. We knew that we could do with a bit of pace in our forward line. So, I thought that this week was an opportunity to play him there. What we do next week may be a bit different, but by the same token, we've got a reasonable result out of today. So, we'll sit down and wait up during the week.
Why do you think this week you were able to sort of stop that momentum swing, particularly in the last quarter, and fight back, whereas last week you really didn't?
Oh, well, there's a couple of players last week we probably didn't get on top of, that had a big say in the result. So, I thought today, our experienced players played pretty well and did some important things at important times. I think there was I thought our defence stood up pretty well for most of the game, and particularly our keys. And when they had their momentum swing, they were able to hold it pretty well. And I thought that a couple of our key players in the last quarter, Adam Goods, Ryan O'Keefe, particularly when he took that mark, I think out on the other pocket there, that was a pretty important mark to take and just take the sting out of the last couple of minutes of the game.
Until Brayshaw comes back, just keep tinkering with that forward setup from week to week.
Yeah, the reality is we've got to make sure we develop the next generation of key forwards for this footy club, and we can't leave it all to Adam Goods. We need to. It's a responsibility to look after this week and keep trying to win games. Absolutely, we want to do that. Obviously for our supporters, and we want to keep putting the pressure on and putting our best effort week in, week out. But getting the mix right also and developing the next generation of players. We saw Alex Johnson down back as a young key. I think he's played 3 games. Sam Reed at centre half forward has played 5 or 6 games. Andreas Everett's just a young player, 22 years of age as well. So Jesse played in the reserves today. Mark Seavey played well. So Lewis Roberts-Thompson's another that could come into the mix. But we need to make sure that we develop that next generation of players that are coming through the footy club.
12 months since we made a hell of a difference to Ted Richards, where he was this time last year to where he is now.
Yeah, he was probably struggling a bit this time last year. I think he might have been even out of the team at one stage, but he's really confident now, and he's playing on different types of players. I think he's playing on Will Minson, who's a real tall, big monster in the goal square, but also going the smaller types, and I think he's been really important for us to be able to play on those different types of players. He's a chance. We'll have to sit down at match committee during the week and see what we come up with. You know, he played almost their game today, but you know, there's no doubt that when we look at Ty Kennelly's preparation, he was able to play 3 solid games in our reserves and get some really good conditioning under his belt. And I think if you're coming back in and even just a little bit underdone in today's footy with the interchange and substitute, that you're going to struggle. So we need to make sure he's absolutely right to go. So when he comes in, he can contribute like Tig's been able to do.
Where's Mark Sevier?
I thought he played really well in our reserves today. He was really good. So I'm not sure what happened to Pikey. He hurt his quad a little bit, I think, towards the end. He wasn't able to come back on. So you know, I thought Shane Mumford then was able to ruck the last quarter and a half virtually by himself. So, you know, Seavey, I thought, played really well today. We'll have to look at the matchup of our team and what the opposition look like next week.
Did you experiment with 3 tools? 3 ruckmen?
Look, we've tried it at times, but I think it's you know, it's. I think what we've got to make sure we try and do is develop a Sam Reed at centre half forward. We love to develop a full forward and then a ruckman. Your third ruckman is or your second tool is your ruckman down their forward line. We'd like to be able to do that, but you know, we've given some opportunities to Jesse, and Pikey's been playing the last couple of weeks. We know Shane's a good ruckman, but he can also play forward and take some marks. So, you know, do we try and get a CB in the ruck at times a bit more like we did today with Pikey? That's also a chance for us to try and do.
What did you make of Mummy today and some groundwork in the second and third quarters?
Well, I mean, Shane Mumford, you know what you're going to get every week, and he's consistent with his effort. He just gives effort every week and tries his hardest. I know it sounds simplistic, but it's a wonderful quality to have, is when you try your hardest.
Is this an important game in terms of confidence and the season?
Yeah, we come off really 2 hard, wet slogs at the SCG, and so to come here today was a completely different ground, weather. Obviously, it's been pretty wet up in Sydney, so you know, I thought to get that confidence with our ball use and be able to get the run, I thought was really important for us. You know, we've still got a bit of work to do, but I'm hopeful we get a bit of confidence out of the way we played and sort of work on the areas we need to improve.
How does it feel to win against Rocket?
Like it does anyone else, I guess. So I'm just, you know, I just happy that the players got the reward for the effort. It would have been disappointing if we'd have got beaten in the last couple of minutes. So I was just pleased the players got that win.
Is running back on his shoulder like he hurt himself? Is that serious?
I'm not sure. I haven't seen the doctor, but he obviously was good enough to come back on and keep playing. So, but once again with shoulders, you never know. You'll just really see how they pull up the next day or two.
So no other injuries?
Not that I know of, no.